Emily in Paris fans are upset that Rome is dirtier and more crowded than. By the way, can you imagine being an Emily in Paris fan? What is the show Emily in Paris about? It's about a woman who goes to. My friend goes, my father loves Emily in Paris. I go, I had no idea your dad was gay. Congrats. There's no way. Can we play like a trailer for Emily in Paris?
We can play the season 1 trailer just to get an idea of what it is.
Just to see what it is. This show is a huge show. It clobbered me in the top 10. I want to know because everybody loves it. I don't get it. What is it about? Is it about Doug Emhoff's ex-wife who he cheated on?
So here's the synopsis real quick.
Yeah, please.
After landing her dream job in Paris, Chicago marketing exec Emily Cooper embraces her adventurous new life.
Wow.
While juggling work, friends, and romance.
And now people are mad that...
So in Italy, they are filming, I guess, the new season there, and people are saying that...
There's not enough homeless.
There's not enough homeless, and then they're also sort of like sterilizing Italy, and that there's more sort of vulgarity, and people are more passionate when they argue in public, and this show is making them seem like they're not.
Yeah, but that's the point. This is how dumb people are. The point of entertainment is to lie to you, dummy. I don't understand. What do you think? They're going to have boats of migrants crashing on the beach? Netflix spent a lot of money on this, okay? What do you think they're going to have? Georgia Maloney screaming about the migrants? It's a fantasy. No one from Chicago who works in marketing gets to go to Paris and have a great life. This isn't the way it is. People that work in Chicago in marketing get a gun to the back of their head when they walk out of Bloomingdale's. That's not the way this goes. This is a fantasy. I don't understand the law. Everybody wants everything to be relentless. You are going to crave fantasy in the next 10 to 20, 50 years. You are going to pray for it. You are going to need it. You are going to ask for it. You are going to want to remember a time when things were not as bad as they are. Let this bitch enjoy Rome without pickpockets and thieves, and of course they're sanitizing it. That's the entire point. What do you think it is? It's going to be an hour about the migrant crisis and grooming gangs? Let's play the trailer here for Emily in Paris, season 1.
Emily Cooper?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
This is also not Paris. No one has a burqa.
I'm Emily.
You know, it's not. Everyone's white. I'm telling you, most people she's going to meet are white. Let's see if I'm right. Let's go. Where's the Algerians? Okay, one black
to
chick.
teach the French some American tricks?
Has anyone noticed this is a very dysfunctional workplace?
I think you're the one bringing the
One
drama.
black one. This is Paris from 1997, by the way. And that's what they're marketing. They're marketing the idea that you go to Europe and it's glamorous and sexy and you have this amazing life. And that's not the case, by the way. It's not the case. I love Europe. I've been multiple times, but it is a place with many different aspects to it. Some are positive, some are not. But Americans who are sitting on their couch in whereversville want to watch something about Emily going to Paris and having this sexy, romantic, idyllic, picturesque time. Ditto Rome or wherever else. They would, if they do Emily in Paris, by the way, in Tel Aviv, they're not going to show anything. Do you understand that? No matter where this show goes, you're not getting the real flavor of the place. Emily in Paris is not going to be a show about the socio-political dynamics of the area. It's going to be a show where an attractive woman goes out and falls in and out of love with people and has silly, goofy, fun times with friends. And it doesn't matter where it's shot. They could shoot it in Darfur. They would ignore all of it. They would ignore it. It would be in Tel Aviv. You would see her at the beach. What they showed wasn't the real Rome, said Cristiana Cavallo, a hairdresser. They made Rome to be too clean. There were no crowds. Paris was more real. The show has long come under criticism for depicting Paris as a city with little litter or construction and no homeless people. It's a fantasy. People pay for Netflix. They walk through a city that has been abandoned to junkies and homeless people. They climb into their beds at night and they want to watch this show. They don't want to see homeless people on television. They see enough of them in real life. Can it ever end? Can you imagine watching Emily in Paris, whoever is doing that, a lot of people, millions of people, and you're watching her get chased down an alley by 3 homeless guys, and you go, I just got chased down an alley by 3 homeless guys. Is there no escapism left? It has been credited with increasing trade and lighting up the phones of estate agents in Paris. It has also attracted legions of tourists, with one study finding that 38% of tourists cited the show among their reasons for visiting the city. Well, I'm happy that it is working out for Paris. But anybody, or Rome, or whatever they're talking about, but anybody who is demanding realism from these shows is going to, you do not want to show any city right now in its current condition. You do not. You do not want to show people getting punched in the face. You don't want to show an elderly woman getting robbed. Is that how Emily in Paris should open up? With an elderly woman getting punched in the face and someone grabbing her baguette and running down the street, and the elderly woman going, God damn fucking migrants. And then it cuts to Emily just sitting there eating a salad going, I wonder if he likes me. That's not, folks, stop craving your lives to be mirrored back to you. That's the opposite of what entertainment is. I get it. You want authenticity, and I can understand that to a degree. From a show called Emily in Paris, you want authenticity? You want the real? You want arguments about Gaza during Emily in Paris? You want her to be on a date with a guy and him going, you know, I just watched an airstrike where people were burned alive in a hospital. No, you don't. You want them to have a cutesy little dessert, a souffle, a pot de creme, and you want them to get lost in each other's eyes because it's a fucking show. Not everything can be about genocide and hell. If you want that, come here. I do it every week. You want to hear about migrants and homeless people, Emily in Paris fans? Ta-da! We're here for you. We are here for your viewing pleasure every week. Otherwise, let these dumb shows be dumb. Escape. Understand the value of escapism a little bit. You don't have to constantly see every social ill. You don't have to witness social decay on every show. It doesn't have to be real. It shouldn't be real. Real is depressing. Real is trouble. It's nice to have something that's completely divorced from the concerns that you have as a citizen of whatever country or somebody who lives in a city. You know, it's so funny to me that people are craving this idea that everything, like people are going, well, why aren't they showing the real Paris or the real Rome? You've ruined it. You've ruined these cities. You've destroyed all of these cities. We don't want to watch your destruction. We don't want to watch the nightmare that you've brought upon yourself. We're trying to watch something else. This is an aspirational show. Emily in Paris is about somebody who goes, oh, Chicago's so humdrum. I want to live in Paris and live my real life. It's aspirational. You don't want her getting mugged. You don't want her getting sold into sex slavery. The point is, it is an aspirational show. These are the same people, by the way, that demand that Emily in Paris is real, but don't demand the government is real. They don't demand that. They don't demand that the news be real. They don't demand that the media be real. They demand that Emily in Paris is real. That's where they draw the line. They draw the line at the depiction of the Rome in Emily in Paris. I want to see more homeless people in Emily in Paris. How about what you wanting to see less on the street where you live? That makes sense. Keep that passion for getting rid of homeless people on the actual street and not demanding that there's more. There should be more homeless in this show. It's just an accepted part of our society now that we're just going to be wandering through the third world is a hellscape everywhere. So instead of trying to get rid of that, think of how fucked the conditioning is. Think of how brilliant the conditioning is. Instead of demanding that we get rid of the problems in the cities, we are now going, why are the television shows not showcasing the problems? Because they are not realistic. We have completely given up on the idea of trying to figure out how to have safe, orderly cities. Instead of that, we're going, why aren't they showing the litter, the crime, and the problems? What a strange psychological turn that we've all taken here. Instead of going like, what happened to Rome? Why did we do this? Instead of doing that, we're going, why aren't we showing people getting attacked? Why aren't we showing garbage? Because that's what it's really like. That's what it's really like. Well, change it.